the viewers of the New Indian who are watching this interview, one important question is that, of course, now that we have touched the 100 crore vaccination mark, do we have a ballpark figure on what was Covaxin's contribution in terms of shots or overall number of shots that we may have touched?
See, by October 30th, I'll be supplying 20 crores doses to the government of India. 20 crores doses. People talk 11%, 10%, all sort of story. But what we supply is we have all the data from the CRI Kasoli, everything is there, batches. So we have supplied around 19 or 20 crores. Now every month, we are increasing 1.5 crores, increasing the doses. So as I said in the beginning itself, it's a very complex technology. People need to understand. And in a complex technology, as I said earlier, the nasal vaccine, I can make a 20 crores doses per month. This inactivated vaccine, and I'm telling you, if the inactivated vaccine is produced by somebody else in US or Europe, they can't even make 8 crores or these 8 crores or 6 crores also, they cannot make per month. Take my word on this. If they make 1 crore doses, it's the greatest story. I think we have done a great in inactivated vaccine. I think the one the nasal comes, it complements our production also. Because if I given 1 dose Covaxin, 1 dose nasal, it complements so well. And capacity also doubles, triples.
Before I let go of you, I just want to also share a recent statistic where IIT Kanpur released a brilliant study saying that UP did exceedingly well in controlling COVID pandemic. And the success story has been made part of the IIT's R&D report as well this year. Do you really believe that among all the states, UP did actually very well to control the pandemic?
I really do not know story about the UP honestly, but if the coverage is extremely good and both infection, seroprevalence and the vaccination is both are very high. Infection rate is also high and the vaccination coverage is also high, then it may be real. And it may be real. I've not seen the report, but certainly then may be real. But you will see after Diwali, if nothing is there, then they are right.
Absolutely.
So what they say is right.
And one personal question to you: how has it been routine for both of you, the couple, the husband and wife, Dr. Ella and Mrs. Ella, all these months, bringing success to India? How did you used to bust your stress and anxieties all these months? Read books, watch television, or watch the success of Covaxin?
No, I mean, we don't look at a Covaxin alone. What we look at it, in the beginning itself, I said long back, I want India to succeed. I want your children, my children, and everybody's children to stay back in India. For that, what type of ecosystem we can all create, whether media or as a startup company, as a scientist, and as a regulators, whoever it is, can create some ecosystem, put a pressure on the government system to change so that that ecosystem is created in the country so that many startups can survive and many of our children, future generation children, will stay back in India. They don't run to US or Europe for higher studies or for a job. They stay back in India. That's my dream right from 96, 97. We have to create the next generation has to stay back in this country. For that, not only making our vaccines and our startup success, but we need to create a story that next generation can be hopeful. Because once my son asked me a question, son, Dad, you always talk about great about India, and why still we are developing world? That if every citizen stay back in this country, the country will be different. But we need to create an ecosystem. And I can't blame everybody for that. So, but every one of us has to contribute that. Not expecting from the government, but every one of us should try, attempt to do that job.
So my question to you was also because of the fact that this was a stressful period for all of us. How did you used to bust your stress all these months by staying inside the lab working 12 to 18 hours, or would you also take a break and watch or read a book?
No, I don't have any habit except only science. So I see the science, what is happening globally, how science can be thought differently. And, I look at all strategies. How do I spend my time? My time is only science. I breathe science. I dream about science. I dream about every issues, what is happening in the globally, because we are in the public health. need to know what is happening globally. So one of the concern, why is the vaccine so much available in US, mRNA vaccine, why is only 50% is only vaccinated, remaining 50% not vaccinated? So I always looking at it, what could be the reason? One of my hypotheses for US was hesitancy has come because of the new technology. People got concerned that when you put a new technology, suddenly people are concerned, what will happen to me next 5 years, 10 years? So people have got a concern. That's how the hesitancy partly responsible to get hesitancy. So I think, I look at Europe, what is happening in some of the live vaccines, and how our Covaxin and how our nasal, how to fit in all these vaccines together for a global public health point of view, because we have moral responsibility to help Africa and Latin American countries also. How do we reach them also, help them also? So, we want to dream and passionate about our science, nothing else we do. Our last almost year and a half, nothing else for me, only science.
Right. And what is the message that you would want to give to those people who have backed Covaxin and those who have been naysayers, who have dissuaded you from doing the R&D from future?
Whoever, have taken our Covaxin, whoever is passionate about Indian innovation, I want to really thank them, honestly, in my bottom of my heart, because you're not helping me alone. You're helping the future of this country also. Coming to the people who are who's opposing, but my humble request to them, if I've done science, please criticize me. But don't associate me with a lot of other things. And unfortunately, criticize for those things because it hurts India's image and India's innovation. Because today, media is a global. By hurting me, you're hurting the country itself.
Absolutely.
If you have done something wrong, science, please criticize. I'm welcome in that. Even in terms of scientific publication, we have more publication than any other companies in the world.
Absolutely.
Even American companies also, compared to American companies, we have more reputed publications. Please read if I'm done wrong science. But don't criticize just for sake of criticizing, you are hurting the India. That is not good.
Absolutely. On this note, Dr. Eli, I wish you with all my might all the best for future. May your company continue to grow, despite the fact this was a first conversation. We could not meet in flesh. But thank you so much for contributing to India's grand success all these months. And we wish to see more R&D coming from you, whether it is for the kids or for the adults, to control this pandemic. Thank you so much for joining us in this conversation.
Thank you very much, Rohan. Thank you very much. Thank you. Honored to be there. Thank you.